All right, y'all. So when it comes to being held accountable, specifically holding yourself accountable, we don't really do a good job of doing that. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with this because it's not hard to just kind of let up in your mind that, okay, maybe I didn't really want to pursue this as much as I wanted to. For example, if you're starting like a weightlifting journey and, you're out of shape, you want to lose like 40 pounds, or let's say you're super out of shape. Let's say you're 100 pounds and, you want to lose that weight. But in the beginning, it's like, okay, this is new, it's exciting. Like, I want to do this, I want to do this. But then as time progresses, you realize how much goes into actually losing weight. It's more than just going to the gym, right? You have to entirely change your diet, because if you're heavily overweight trying to lose 100 pounds, you clearly do not have a good diet. So you're going to want to do that. And then you also need to make sure you're getting adequate sleep. And then on top of the consistency, and then also on top of knowing like what exercises to do when you go to the gym, right? So it's like, okay, you think about, I want to lose 100 pounds because like that would be great. But then you really think about it and you see how much goes into it. And because of that, you lose that consistency, and you are basically not holding yourself accountable anymore, because you realize, maybe this isn't really something I want to pursue, right? Because it's just too damn hard. So then how do we get ourselves to be held accountable? Well, before I get into that specifically, I also want to say, when holding yourself accountable for someone else, right? So let's say you're a babysitter. Okay, you're watching over kids. The parents are, on a date night, for example. You have to make sure the parents tell you that the kids need to eat food at this time. You need to feed them at this time. They get entertainment at this time, and they need to go to bed at this time. Okay, so you're for sure going to make sure that you get that done, right? As a babysitter, because other lives are impacted if you don't hold yourself accountable in that case. And on top of that, there's another factor too that helps in, that I'm giving with this example. And in case you guys aren't sure what that is, it's the money that's involved, right? Think about it. You're getting paid to babysit these kids, so you're more inclined. You're obviously going to be held accountable because it's someone else's life that's impacted, but you only chose that because you knew that you were going to get paid as well, right? So with holding yourself accountable, what I find to be the easiest way to do that when it's only for yourself, you're the only one that's being impacted, is evolving your account, right? Think about it. In the word accountable is the word account, like your bank account. Pay into your learning. Pay into whatever endeavors you're trying to make. Like, for example, I went back to the weightlifting example. Pay for a trainer to hold yourself accountable. If you're learning a new, I'm in software, there's like new tech I'm trying to learn. I pay for courses, because although, sure, there's free tutorials online, this and that. I was doing this for years, where I'm just like looking at tutorials, like, I want to learn this new thing. I want to implement this application, and I need to learn this technology. But I found myself not doing anything with it, because one, I would never even complete the tutorial, right? It would be like maybe 3-4 hours long. I would never even complete it, because I knew that it was free. Like, I can always do it whenever. But the fact that I had that mindset of doing it whenever, it just never got done. So then recently I work as a DevOps software engineer. For those that don't know, it's just, I code, I do development, but I also create the infrastructure for where our applications are stored. So there was a language on my new team that I've been working on, and I knew that I really wanted to learn it, because I joined this team when the stack was already just developed, and there was so much to it that I didn't understand, that I thought, you know what, like there's some free online tutorials, but there's this one tutorial I saw that you have to pay for, but based off like the preview, it looked like I would know everything about it. So I paid for it, right? I paid for it, and it was about a 6-hour tutorial. I finished that in a week. And I thought about it, I'm like, what made me actually want to commit to this? And I realized in the back of my mind, I knew that I paid for this, so I'm gonna do this. Like, anytime I felt lazy, or if I didn't feel like, working on the tutorial and learning more, I realized that, man, I paid for this, so I need to do this. So what I say this to say that whatever it is that you are trying to pursue, right? See how you can actually hold yourself accountable in order to make sure you see it all the way through, right? Because it's the one thing about holding yourself accountable. Part of holding yourself accountable is being consistent, and being accountable fully is eventually meeting that end goal, whatever that is for you. Whether it's, I gave you a couple examples with fitness and with like my education, whatever it is you're trying to pursue, try to put yourself out there, make yourself a little uncomfortable, or not uncomfortable, I should say, but more um I don't want to say hold yourself more accountable, just a little bit of stress knowing that you will need to complete this in order to get your money's worth, right? Like, you need to feel that pressure. That's what I'm looking for. You need to find that pressure. You need to put pressure on yourself just a little bit to help you see whatever it is you're trying to get through. And the only way to do that is by just paying for whatever it is you're trying to do. So just to summarize again, right? The word accountable there's the word account in it. So always think about that. If you want to hold yourself accountable, think about the word account, your bank account. Your bank account has to be involved in it, and that will actually give you the pressure. Because otherwise, by also including your bank account, that is you fully committing to whatever it is you're trying to do. Like, you can't go back at that point, right? Because you already paid the money. So you know that you're going to see it through. Sure. Is that a little uncomfortable? Yeah. But pressure, what is it? Pressure makes diamonds, right? So put that little bit of pressure on you. It's a healthy amount of pressure. It's not to the point where you can't handle it, right? So do that, because think about when you aren't involving money, you're only half committing, because you know that you can always jump the line, right? Like, okay, I can commit today, but then tomorrow I don't have to, because there's no reason. I didn't invest into this fully, so it doesn't really matter. So I hope that helped you guys all out today. Comment below what you think about what it means to hold yourself accountable and how to actually do it. Subscribe if you haven't already. My Instagram is also in the bio as well if you want to check that out. As I'll keep saying, everything that I talk about is to help you guys bulletproof your mind so you can maximize what life has to offer you. So keep that in mind every time I'm talking to you guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.